Let's dive into a mystery that's haunted the hills of Cornwall for decades, the Beast of Bodmin Moor. This is a story that has captured imaginations, sparked debates, and sent shivers down the spines of locals and visitors alike. This isn't just a campfire tale. Locals have reported a large, dark, cat-like creature stalking the wild landscape. The moor, with its endless stretches of grass and swirling mists, seems the perfect hiding place for something mysterious. The legend began in the late 1970s and early 1980s, when sightings and livestock attacks started piling up. Newspapers ran headlines and whispers of a shadowy predator spread through the villages. Farmers found sheep mauled in ways no native animal could manage. The injuries were brutal and the attacks seemed to come out of nowhere, leaving the farming community on edge. Hikers glimpsed a sleek black animal moving with uncanny speed. Some described it as vanishing into the mist before they could get a closer look, leaving only paw prints and a sense of unease behind. Witnesses described something bigger and more powerful than any house cat, something that didn't belong in England. Its presence felt almost supernatural, as if the moor itself was guarding a secret. The reports were so consistent, the legend quickly took root. Stories were passed from neighbor to neighbor, and soon, everyone had heard of the beast. The creature is often described as a panther or puma, large, muscular, with a long tail and piercing eyes that seem to glow in the darkness. Some say it moves with a grace and power that's both beautiful and terrifying. But how could such an animal end up in rural England? The moor is remote, but it's not the jungle or the savannah. The idea of a big cat roaming free here seems almost impossible. Did it escape from a private collection? Was it released by someone who could no longer care for it? Or is there another explanation entirely, one that's even stranger? Every theory adds a new twist. Some believe the beast is a survivor from a forgotten era, while others think it's a case of mistaken identity or mass hysteria. The Beast of Bodmin Moor became a modern myth, one that feels just real enough to keep us searching. The moor's wild beauty and unpredictable weather only add to the sense of mystery. We have a mysterious creature, a wild landscape, and a trail of baffling clues. Each new sighting, each strange footprint adds to the legend. We'll explore the moor, hear chilling eyewitness stories, and examine the strange evidence that's kept this legend alive for generations. So, grab your gear and a dose of courage. The moor can be unforgiving, and the unknown is always waiting just beyond the next hill. We're heading into Cornwall to hunt for answers, and maybe, just maybe, come face to face with the legendary beast. The adventure is about to begin. The truth is out there, somewhere in the mist. Let's begin our search for Britain's wildest secret.
Things you only talk about at the back of the cave.
To truly understand the legend of the beast, you first need to know its home, Bodmin Moor. This is a place where the landscape itself seems to breathe with mystery, and every gust of wind carries a whisper from the past. This isn't your average park. It's a vast, rugged expanse of granite, heather, and sudden fog. The weather can change in an instant, shrouding the moor in a thick, ghostly mist that makes even the familiar seem strange and new. Ancient stone circles and burial chambers dot the land, silent reminders of thousands of years of human history. These monuments hint at rituals and beliefs long forgotten, their stones standing as sentinels to the secrets of the moor. Legends of giants, pixies, and ghosts are woven into the very landscape. Every hill and hollow seems to have its own story, passed down through generations, blurring the line between myth and memory. The famous novel Jamaica Inn, set here, only adds to the moor's mystique. Its tales of smugglers and shadowy figures have become part of the fabric of Bodmin Moor, drawing visitors in search of adventure and the unknown. So when stories of a mysterious beast began to surface, they fit right in, almost as if the land itself had conjured them from its own wild imagination. Bodmin Moor is the perfect habitat for a large, elusive predator. Its rolling hills and tangled undergrowth create a labyrinth where anything could be hiding just out of sight. 80 square miles of rocky outcrops, dense vegetation, and boggy marshes offer plenty of places to hide. The terrain is as challenging as it is beautiful, making it easy for a creature to remain unseen for years. There's food too. Rabbits dart through the grass, birds nest in the bracken, and livestock graze at the moor's edge. For a predator, it's a land of opportunity. It's a ready-made wilderness for a big cat to thrive unseen, with hidden trails winding through the heather and animal tracks vanishing into the undergrowth. The moor's isolation and eerie atmosphere make the sighting seem almost plausible. Out here, reality and imagination often walk side by side. You can easily imagine a powerful creature slipping through the heather, unseen by human eyes, its presence felt only in fleeting glimpses and unexplained sounds. Bodmin Moor isn't just the setting, it's a character in this story, shaping the legends and fueling the imagination of all who visit. Its wildness blurs the line between reality and folklore, making it impossible to say where fact ends and fiction begins. Here, the unknown feels just a step away, always present, always waiting to be discovered. And that's what makes the legend of the beast so irresistible. In a place like Bodmin Moor, anything feels possible. The Beast of Bodmin Moor exploded into public consciousness in the 1980s, forever changing the quiet, windswept landscape of Cornwall. Before then, the moor was known for its haunting beauty and ancient legends, but nothing quite like this. Farmers began reporting livestock killed in brutal, precise ways. Bite marks to the neck, clean kills unlike any fox or dog. The attacks were sudden and the losses devastating, leaving local families anxious and on edge. The community was baffled and uneasy. Whispers of a mysterious predator spread from farm to farm, fueling a growing sense of fear and suspicion. The wounds suggested a predator with immense jaw strength, far beyond any native animal. Local experts and veterinarians were called in, but even they were left scratching their heads. Stories spread quickly and a pattern emerged. Something big and dangerous was hunting on the moor. The foggy, open landscape only added to the sense of menace, as if the moor itself was hiding secrets. Local newspapers picked up the story and soon, the legend of a killer cat gripped the public. Then came the sightings. Headlines screamed of a beast on the loose, and the story quickly became the talk of every village. In 1983, a family saw a large black cat-like animal cross the road, bigger than a dog, with feline features and a long tail. The sighting was brief, but it left a lasting impression. Their account made headlines and encouraged others to share their own encounters. Soon, dozens of similar stories poured in, each adding new details to the growing legend. These early reports established the beast's key traits: large, black, feline, and elusive. It seemed to vanish as quickly as it appeared, always one step ahead of those who searched for it. The combination of physical evidence and eyewitness stories created a powerful narrative. People began collecting paw prints, blurry photographs, and even hair samples, hoping to prove the beast was real. Suddenly, the mystery had names, dates, and locations. The moor was mapped with sightings, and every new report added to the sense of urgency and wonder. The Beast of Bodmin Moor was no longer just a rumor. It had become a phenomenon, woven into the very fabric of local folklore. It had become a living legend. Stories were told in pubs and around kitchen tables, each retelling making the beast seem more real, more dangerous. The stage was set for decades of intrigue and debate. Experts, skeptics, and believers all weighed in, each with their own theories and evidence. And the beast wasn't going away anytime soon. The legend had taken root, and Bodmin Moor would never be the same again. Over the years, encounters with the Beast of Bodmin Moor became more detailed and more chilling. Rosemary Rhodes in the 1990s saw what she thought was a black Labrador until it got closer. She described a panther-like animal with yellow eyes, moving with silent feline grace. It watched her, curious but not aggressive, before vanishing into the undergrowth. Her story, widely reported, became a cornerstone of the legend. Another group, camping near a stone circle, heard a low growl at night. They glimpsed a large dark shape moving at the edge of their camp. In the morning they found large, non-canine paw prints around their tent. These personal stories transform the beast from rumor to reality. Witnesses describe its speed, silence, and those unforgettable eyes. Each account adds a new brushstroke to the portrait of this mysterious creature. The legend lives on because of these genuine, often terrified witnesses. They make you wonder, what would you do if you met the beast in the dark? The mystery feels all too real. Stories are one thing, but what about physical evidence? Over the years, large paw prints have been found, bigger than any native animal, often lacking claw marks, just like a big cat. Some experts say they're feline, others argue they're distorted dog prints. The debate never quite reaches a conclusion. Then there are the livestock attacks, sheep and calves killed with powerful bites, sometimes not even eaten. This efficient killing style is classic big cat behavior. Scat samples have been found, some containing non-native hairs, though contamination is always possible. Strange, unidentifiable growls echo across the moor at night. Each clue, paw print, carcass, or eerie sound adds to the puzzle. The evidence is always tantalizing, never conclusive. It's a trail of breadcrumbs that keeps the hunt alive. The moor guards its secrets well, and the mystery deepens. In the age of smartphones, why don't we have a clear photo of the beast? The few photos and videos that exist are always blurry, distant, or ambiguous. The most famous video, from 1998, shows a large black animal moving with feline grace, but skeptics say it could be a domestic cat. Another clue: a boy found a strange skull in 1995, sparking media frenzy. Experts later identified it as a leopard skull from an old rug, another red herring. This is the pattern. A clue appears, hope soars, then a mundane explanation follows. The photographic evidence is always just out of reach. The moor is vast, and a creature that wants to stay hidden has plenty of places to do so. The puzzle remains unsolved. These images fuel debate and keep the legend alive. Are we seeing a real cryptid or just shadows in the mist? The answer remains elusive. And that's part of the allure. With so many sightings, the government had to step in. In 1995, the Ministry of Agriculture launched a formal investigation. Experts spent 6 months analyzing paw prints, photos, livestock reports, and eyewitness accounts. The public waited for answers. Was there really a big cat on Bodmin Moor? The final report concluded there was no verifiable evidence of a big cat. Sightings were chalked up to mistaken identity. Large domestic cats, dogs, or even deer. The famous leopard skull? Just a discarded rug. Officially, the mystery was declared solved, by denying there was a mystery at all. But for many, the report felt like a cover-up. The absence of evidence wasn't enough to kill the legend. The divide between official explanations and local belief only deepened. The beast survived its brush with bureaucracy, and the story continued to grow. The Beast of Bodmin Moor is more than a mystery. It's part of Cornwall's culture. For farmers, it's a real threat. For others, it's a source of fascination and pride. The legend draws tourists, monster hunters, and journalists from around the world. Local pubs and shops embrace the beast, selling themed drinks and souvenirs. The story has become a living part of the region's identity. Parents warn children about the beast, and stories are passed down and embellished. It's a local boogeyman, a symbol of the wild unknown. The legend connects people to their land and to each other. Whether real or not, the beast has had a real impact. It sparks debate, fuels creativity, and adds a touch of magic to everyday life. The fascination comes from the what if, and that question keeps the story alive. So, what is the Beast of Bodmin Moor? Let's break down the main theories. The most popular escaped big cats. After the 1976 Dangerous Wild Animals Act, some owners may have released exotic pets like leopards or pumas. A handful of these animals could survive and even breed, creating a small, elusive population. Bodmin Moor offers the perfect habitat and food supply. This theory explains the consistent descriptions and evidence. Skeptics argue there's no single beast, just misidentifications, exaggerations, and hoaxes. Blurry photos, inconclusive tracks, and no clear DNA support their case. For them, the beast is a modern folktale. Then there are the wilder ideas, a surviving prehistoric species or even a supernatural phantom cat. These theories aren't scientific, but they tap into the region's deep folklore. They remind us that some mysteries resist easy answers. The true identity of the beast remains unsolved, and that's what keeps us searching. After all the stories and evidence, the central question remains, is the Beast of Bodmin Moor real? Maybe the lack of a clear answer is what makes this legend so powerful. It lives in the space between fact and imagination, inviting us all to become detectives. In a world mapped and measured, the idea of a hidden predator is both thrilling and unsettling. The legend reminds us that wildness and mystery still exist. It's a story with everything: a dramatic setting, compelling witnesses, and a trail of clues. Every new sighting adds another chapter. Whether you believe or not, the beast encourages us to look at the world with wonder. It pushes us to question what we know and embrace the unknown. The allure of the beast is the allure of mystery itself. As long as the mists roll across Bodmin Moor, the legend will prowl in our imaginations, and that's the real magic of the Beast of Bodmin Moor.